Hello, my third grade friends. In our last project, we made a dream town. We made a town in perspective that made things look like they were closer to us in the foreground, things going all the way to the midground, and then above our horizon line, we had the things way in the background. You guys did a great job on your dream towns. For our last project of the year, we're going to make a dream room. I want you to pretend that someone has given you $1 million and said you can make your room anything you want it to be. You can put in your room whatever you want in your room. We're going to do that for our room. We're going to try to make it look 3D. The first thing we need to draw when we're going to make our room is, well, the room. We're going to start with the back wall. Now, I'm using Sketchpad. You could also just do this on a regular sheet of paper. That would be just fine too. Since I'm in Sketchpad, I'm going to grab a rectangle first, and I'm going to draw a rectangle on my page. That's going to be the back wall. The back wall is kind of the background of our picture. It's the furthest away, and everything on that back wall is just going to be kind of flat. It's not going to really be in perspective because, again, it's part of the background. Now I'm going to add my vanishing point. Got to figure out where I'm sitting in the room. You could be, sitting right in the middle of the room. You could be standing up in the room. You could be a bug somewhere on the ground. You could be a bird flying up high with a bird's eye view. Or maybe you're a basketball player. You're really, really tall. But we need to find the point where we're at in the room. So I need to get rid of some of these points because you only have one vanishing point. So I'm not going to do a bird's eye view for this. I'm not going to do a worm's eye view for this. I'm going to have someone standing not quite in the middle of the room. So I make my vanishing point. It's going to be somewhere, for 1 point perspective, somewhere on that back wall, somewhere on that rectangle. I'm going to make lines. I want to make lines for my room. I'm going to make them from the corners of the back wall. And that's there are my lines, and now making my bed. That for board. And once I have that made, I can erase the white lines of the ground. So, as I'm making it, after I close my shapes, I want to get rid of some of those lines. If I add in some pillows and a blanket and a remote control, lines behind the pillows because you can't see those lines anymore, and because of the blanket we can't see that line anymore, so we erase those lines. When you're adding details, you can add some fun to your details. You could put, maybe you got an old shoe sitting under your bed, maybe there's a mouse and he's eating a piece of pizza you left down there. You can have some fun. But we start with our bed, and then you can go to another object. Let's say you want to have a desk. So right behind the bed, right along the wall, I'm going to make a square. Then I'm going to make lines to the vanishing point. They should point at the vanishing point. And then I'm going to close the shape. For a desk, I might have the front of the desk coming down. It might have a little drawer there. Maybe on my desk is my laptop, which I can draw on a little keyboard. And I would do this with a lot more detail. Maybe I got a cup here. Straw coming out of it. There we go. If you're going to have a desk, you want to have a chair. Again, I can draw the face of the chair. And then the chair's not going to be really wide, so it's going to just a couple of lines. And then a connection, very short line. Because chairs aren't, office chair is not that wide, it's not that big. I might want to put something on the walls. Now, if you put something on the back wall, let's say you put a window on the back wall, you don't have to put it in perspective. You can just draw it. If I put a door on the back wall, I just draw the door. If I put a pennant on the back and it says bears, I just draw it on the back wall. Things on the back wall are not in perspective, they're in the background. But if I go to put, let's say I'm going to put a poster right here. I'll put a line on the wall, going straight up and down. That line's actually going to be just the front of it. But I'm going to make the lines going away point at the vanishing point. There we go. There we go. And I'll close the shape. You notice as it goes away from us, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So this will have a head right here, a basketball there, a basketball there, a big smile, and a number 23 jersey. Because I am definitely enjoying The Last Dance on ESPN. It is one of my favorite things to watch right now. So I had to put my Michael Jordan on there. Maybe write MJ on that side, 23 on that side. And then maybe over here, I've got another pennant. And maybe that one would say Bulls. So I start to kind of decorate my walls on that side. Now on the other side on the wall, I'm going to first put a little curved shape there on the face, and then a line going back to the vanishing point. And I'm going to close it over here. I'm going to add a little square on it. I'm going to put a little hoop, because my room would have a basketball hoop, so I could shoot some hoops while I'm at home. I'd also want to have a TV. I'll make the TV, the side of the TV is just going to be a long, skinny, and my thing that I'm on right now to draw is kind of wiggly. So some of my lines get wiggly, but it makes it easier for you to see me while I'm drawing because it keeps it upright. And then I'm going to put my lines going back to the vanishing point. My huge TV. Then close it on there. I can put the line for the inside part of the TV. And my lines are not going to be real straight because you can probably see from the camera wiggling that my whole thing is wiggling a little bit here. But that's okay because I'm going to go over all of this with a second layer to clean it all up. This is kind of my rough draft. And then on here I might put one of my favorite cartoon characters. Because over here I want a hot tub. So I can sit in the hot tub and watch SpongeBob. So most things that you make are going to start out as just a rectangle. And then I'm going to put lines to the vanishing point. And then I'm going to close the shape. Now I got to think about the details. What details make it look like a hot tub? Well, first, I want to be able to step up to my hot tub. So I'm going to add some steps. Again, all of the steps are pointing at the vanishing point. As long as things are pointing at the vanishing point, I know it's going to be okay. It's going to fit together properly. If you have things going in all different directions, then you won't have what's called unity. The things in your room won't look like they belong together. I can put a little cabinet. Again, it's going to be right against the wall. Lines to the vanishing point. Close my shapes. And then, of course, erase the part of the hot tub that I covered and the part of the floor that I covered. There we go. I can add some details to this. So I'll add some shelves in here. And then on that shelf will be my Xbox. X on the front. Little ports for the controls. And down here be my boxes for my games. Hey, my son just stopped playing Madden. As you can see from the little thing. Oh, now he's playing Madden again. So while I'm working, he is playing Madden downstairs on his computer. Because he just graduated from Purdue, so he's taking some time and just relaxing. So anyway, that's my dream room. It's got my basketball hoop, my big TV, my Xbox, my jacuzzi, my bed, my desk, my computer, my Jordan poster, everything I could want. Okay, maybe on top of here, I'm going to put a Bears helmet because I'd want to have some Bears memorabilia here. And maybe I've got a replica, or maybe since it's a dream room, I've got the actual Super Bowl trophy sitting on there. You can add things to your room and stuff like that. I'm going to now take this, I'm going to put another layer on top. I'm going to go over the lines, clean this up, make it look a little nicer, and then we'll jump back in and we'll see what it looks like in the end. Hi, my friends. I'm back, and I've gone over all the lines. You could do this by drawing real light and then going over it with a pen or a black marker. You could do this by putting another sheet of paper over the top and tracing it. Or if you're doing it on a computer like I am, you can click over on the layers. It looks like a stack of paper over here. And you can add another layer to it. When you add a new layer, you can then draw right on top of that layer. And then you can erase the other layers underneath. Any of those are perfect ways to do it. When you're going over it the second time, don't just trace. Kind of look for ways you can improve on it, add to it, things you can continue to put on. Since I made a basketball hoop, I thought, gotta have a basketball if I have a basketball hoop. I decided to put some decoration on my door, so I hung a Walter Payton jersey, added a football to the floor, put some dirty socks on the floor because, it's a kid's room. It's going to be a little messy, so you got to have some stuff on the floor. I've got my dumbbell over there so I can work out a little bit while I'm in my room, all those other things. So again, with your dream room, it's whatever you want to put in it. If you want to put in a slide, perfectly fine. If you want to put in a stable for your horse, if you want to put in a place to work on your go-kart, if you have a go-kart, or hey, you can have a go-kart because it's your dream room. You want a go-kart, get a go-kart. Whatever you want in your dream room, again, that's up to you. Have fun, be creative.